Hello and welcome to Wireman's Whimsy. I'm Lorraine and today we are going to make this Celebrate You card using a couple of different stamp sets. We're going to use the words from Create with Friends, and we're going to use the small flower and the double leaf from the Artistically Inked set, and we are going to use the Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper. The colors are Magenta Madness and Granny Apple Green. So you'll need a Granny Apple Green card base, a piece of the Designer Series paper cut to 5 1/4 by 4, and then some scraps of the white cardstock large enough for a Stitched So Sweetly die, and then enough for 2 leaves and 2 flowers to cut out. So why don't we go ahead and get started on this one. So I'll start by stamping the greeting in the Granny Apple Green. And what I did is I stamped the Celebrate first, just off center here. There we go, like that. And then I die cut it before I put the U underneath. So I'm just going to run that through with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss with the die. And then we'll run that through. I'll stamp the U on there, and we will do the rest, which will require some die cutting as well. So still a nice, simple enough card, and very, very effective. So let's just go ahead and ink up the U. And we're just going to pop it down like that. So we're celebrating you. And we can start by adhering this to the front of the card. I'm just going to close that for now. I do still need it, but I don't want to put my fingers in it. So we will take the DSP. So I'm just going to move my light a bit so that it's a bit brighter. I'm just going to take my Designer Series paper and attach it to the card front like that. Actually, I did it this way up. So just like this. And we can also adhere this as well. We're putting it flat onto the card front. We are going to dimensionalize the flower that goes on there though. So we're just going to lay that in the middle like that. Make sure it's straight. There we go. Okay, so we're going to set that aside for now while we do the rest of the stamping. So I'm just going to grab, it's just a scrap of white cardstock that I've got. I'm going to stamp 2 leaves, just like that. Now I could potentially get the flower out of there too if I'd have done that a little bit more carefully, but I do want to show you something really quickly with the little flower. Sometimes it can be difficult to get a really good image with these ones. I'm not sure why, but I've inked up. Now if I press down really hard, it becomes quite blurry. So I'm just going to make sure that I am stamping down with a decent amount of pressure, but not a lot of pressure, and it helps with that blurriness, and it helps keep the definition. And you'll notice, I don't know if there's still a difference, the difference in ink color. This one is wet still, and this one is dry, and it does dry that much lighter color. So I am just going to run both of these through the cut and emboss machine. Just gonna pop that over there, and we'll layer these up and cut them out. I am just going to use a sticky note to hold that down, and we'll pop this in and cut out the leaves. Just line everything up, and again use a sticky note just to hold it still like that, and layer everything up. and through the machine. And then we can dimensionalize the flower and just flat load the leaves onto the front of the card. So I'll just leave that there so you can see what the final result is. And I used some of the opal rounds, which, as you know, are my favorites, and I colored them with the Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blends. So let's pop that one off there. I don't need that second one, but I do need the second set of leaves. So I am just going to run this through again. Just line it up like that and stick that down and grab my other cutting plate to sandwich it up. So we'll run that through, and as I said, we will build the card. So here we go. Okay, we'll put that die over there, we'll put that over there. These are the elements I need to stick on the front of my card. Like I said, I'm going to dimensionalize the flower. So I'm just going to grab a couple of dimensionals here and attach the flower like that. And then I'll take my Stampin' Seal and adhere the leaves on either side, just like that. And then I can put my opal rounds that I have colored with the Stampin' Blends in the dark Granny Apple Green. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool and just pop these on like that, and I'm just going to spin this around so that I can place it like that so it's straight and even. So there you go, a Celebrate You card using the Expressions in Ink paper, artistically inked stamps, and the words from Create with Friends. So thank you so much for watching today, and let's create together again soon.